Because fuck it. All right, we're live. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Bernie Dyke Bowback Podcast. We're here, and well, yeah, cups are full.
If you allow me, I will give the benediction for our 5th podcast.
The benediction.
Yes, please. Dear Lord, we pray that we get more than 12 subscribers. We are thankful for all those who listen.
Thank you, India, Jordan, Crystal.
All of our family members and friends. Father in heaven, we know that you have ordained us to give all that. Amen. Thank you.
Hey.
And I brought
don't just throw that. Wrap your knee back.
Yeah, that's my ace bandage. I also brought you a gift to celebrate our 5th podcast.
Oh, you did.
I don't know if you know what you give traditionally for 5th podcast, but
what did I get? Furniture polish.
Furniture polish. The traditional gift for the 5th podcast.
Did you steal this from work?
No. We don't actually. Yeah. Didn't steal it from work. Anyway, Bernie, good to see you again, Bob.
Charles.
That's not from work. That's too expensive.
That's the good stuff. That's $1.
Great to see you, Bernie.
It's
How are
good to see
things
you, my
going in
friend.
the Bernie Dyke world?
Well, they're going. This morning was crazy at the house. We were attacked. We were under attack at the house this morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Explain. I don't remember what.
Well,
what
you know, I think somebody pissed some bees off in the neighbor's yard, and there was a buzzsaw effect going on back there that, well, let's just say if you didn't have an EpiPen, it wasn't safe to go outside.
So you got a problem with bees in the neighborhood.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with bees. Somebody else has a problem with bees. I stayed right inside.
You know, they are pretty much part of the ecosystem. If you eliminate the bees, we all die.
Yeah, I think that's probably that's the only reason they're still alive is because we understand that. And you know, I thought about that earlier. This is a little segment that I wanted to bring once a week that you'll probably hate, but I'll kick it off this week, and I want you to do a little research coming up next week, and we're gonna do a conspiracy of the week. And it doesn't have to be aliens, and it could be sports.
Do I have to get a tinfoil hat for this?
No, like I said, it doesn't have to be something like this. It can be, by conspiracy, I mean it's something that you think something doesn't add up and that you might have a theory to it.
I'll work on that, but I know you're the king of conspiracy, so give me your, do you have a conspiracy of the week you'd like to start with?
Well, I mean, it's not really, this one's not too crazy. It's pretty basic, really, because I was reading something the other day that said there was an overpopulation of deer in an area somewhere in the Northeast, which, you know, most hunters find that pretty great. But they can't contain these deer, which to me, I'm like, what are deer doing that are so dangerous that you can't contain them? So they dropped some Canadian wolves into the area.
What do you mean they drop them in? Like by helicopter?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was by helicopter. They probably tranked them and then they dropped them down into the area.
Is this in New Hampshire, Bub?
It was not New Hampshire. I would have to check and see what state it was. But they dropped these wolves in there to manage the population of deer before they overrun the area, and maybe they overrun. I don't know what it is. Probably they have a reason for it.
Sounds like a bad idea.
Now, they really did this. This is recent. I could probably dig it up. But my point to this is we're so concerned about some deer that we drop in some crazy wolves to keep them in check. But there's nothing to drop in on us other than like maybe a volcano or an asteroid or something. We are literally the super predator of this planet. We have created technology that doesn't matter what it is.
We have guns.
We have atomic weapons.
Well, imagine if the animals had guns.
Right, but they don't because we're smarter than them. So if there's nothing else on this planet that's smarter and more technologically, I butchered that, advanced than us, that leaves what we've created, which is computers, right? We create AI, we create all this, and they're going to take one look at 7.5 billion people on this planet, which really don't need to be 7.5. Like, it's the same thing. We dropped the wolf in on ourselves by creating this. And they're the only thing smart enough to take us over, Bob. You can't even read that phone with glasses on without that thing. It takes you 5 minutes to read a paragraph on a text message because you have to scroll to your finger cramps.
So our first segment of the conspiracy theory is that the deer conspiracy, where there's
the computers are coming to
overpopulation
get you.
of deer, and the government has brought in the Canadian wolves to hunt them down. And wow.
So here's
a good start.
No, that's actually not the conspiracy. My conspiracy is that
There's more.
We know that 7.5 billion people is too many, but you can't kill them because now you're a Hitler, you're a Genghis Khan, you're one of those people because that's a lot. You have to kill to keep this planet low in numbers to be able to sustain humans on the planet, right? You have to lower the amount, but you can't do that because now you're creating mass genocide. But what if the computers did it? What if AI did it? Now you can't be mad at the human. I mean, you can be mad at us. We made it, but you can't blame a specific human for doing it.
How can you kill me with your computer?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Have you?
I don't own a computer.
Did you just see that when I said, "Are you serious?" That thing just popped up and started
that's
hearing.
Siri.
It knows everything that you're doing. It's listening to. We have so many phones in this room. It's listening to everything you do. It knows when you sleep. It knows when you go to the bathroom. It knows what time you go to work. It knows all your favorite little whatever. That's all the information it needs to track you down. Not to say they can't build these little robot things to kill you. They can do whatever they want. They got 3D printing
Who's they?
now. The AI.
Who's the AI?
The artificial intelligence, bub.
Oh.
They're listening.
Well, at least somebody's listening to this.
Yeah.
So we're that's great. All right.
Yeah, we got a 13th follower.
How many? Are there a lot of them up there?
What, AI?
Yeah.
You don't think the government doesn't have artificial intelligence that kind of dictates when things might happen, like terrorist attacks?
I thought you meant like aliens. Artificial intelligence.
I wouldn't worry about aliens. If aliens wanted to come take us out, why would they let us come get smarter and smarter and smarter if they were coming here?
Can I ask you to remove that thing from over there, please? It's staring at me, and I'm not comfortable with it.
Why?
I don't know. I should have done that before we started the podcast.
It's just free, man. Leave it alone.
It's kind of, well, I put it behind me, and that way you stare at it all day. I mean, thank you. Yeah, that's a conspiracy in its own. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. You know I have ADD. 2 people with ADD on the same podcast.
We explained this. I have ADHD.
What does that mean?
I have the hyperactive disorder. You drink too much, Bob.
I used to have it. No, I'm 20 years older than you. You slow down later. Plus, back then, we just called ourselves high energy.
When you worked at the strip club and it was like a slow night, did you ever try doing something crazy like a stripper spelling bee?
No. No.
I feel like that would be a hit with the guys, right? Like, you know, the regulars that are always there that they're not tipping anyway. Give them a little show for the night.
It could be.
A lot of those girls are in college, right? They probably could spell good.
Like a lot? Define a lot. I have 40 a night, 60 a night, and maybe 10. We're in college.
So, like, you mix the 10 up in the group. That's...
Right, because you're going to come to the strip club, and instead of getting a dance or whatever, you're already drunk when you come. Nobody arrives at the strip club sober. Hey, let's go in there and just enjoy some entertainment.
Those are the guys, the ones that are there sober.
They don't want a spelling bee. They could care less. But how do you think that would go, by the way?
Well, you would have to come up with vulgar words, and you'd have to use, like, make sure they were kind of tough to spell, because I find that funny. And if they lose, you come out clothed. They got to take an article of clothing off.
Your word is G-string.
I guess, see, sometimes you're not making it exciting at the strip club. It's so right to the point. They're already naked. They got a coffee place now called, no, listen to this. It's called Bikini Beans. And they are literally strippers. Well, I don't want to say strippers because they might not be strippers. But they're in thongs and, like, one of them had her boobs hanging out the bottom of her bathing suit, which I was kind of confused about. And, like, normally, I think the boobs come out the top, but they were hanging out the bottom.
Roll them up. Show's over.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they were holding firm, but they were strippers that serve coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
They serve tea. They serve water. They serve Red Bulls.
I want them to
energy
serve
drink.
grinding on my genitals while I have a beer. And I don't care if they can spell or make a latte,
Well,
flippy doo.
what I think they were finding is not enough people were coming to the club during the day for them to get their day hustle on when their kids at work
The
or at
day
school.
strippers. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
whole different story.
Yeah, they were seeing that the coffee business can actually pay pretty much.
Okay.
as
Well, the
much as
day strip club is a completely different environment than the nighttime strip
Tell
club.
us about it, man. I'd never spent any daytime in the strip club ever.
Oh, I've done a bunch of shifts during the daytime before I worked up to the nighttime. Oh, I did Monday through Fridays during the day, and strange story here. Fun fact. Had all the kids growing up in my own house and whatnot, and of course my kids were never not out of trouble in school, so I already knew who the vice principal was and whatnot of my said elementary school. Hey, look at let's just call him Mr. Phillips. Mr. Phillips, good to see you. Shouldn't you be in class? It's Tuesday afternoon at 1:30. He's like, "Hi, Bob. How are you? Hey, good to see you. Got me some got some leverage on that one.
Got some B's turned
got
into
some
C's?
leverage. Got some leverage on that one. Next time my kid's smelling like a little bit of the weed, just go ahead and let it go, Bob."
He just would confiscate it and give it back to you.
You'd be
at the end of the
surprised how
day.
many people you see in the strip club that don't want you to announce that they're in a strip club. Unlike nowadays, it's like, yeah, we're all in the club, everything's cool. Back then, it was a little more shy. Like, all the spring training athletes would come in, all of them, like, period. I mean, it's baseball season. They all come in. A lot of Suns players, Tom Chambers. Remember you back in the day?
Name drop.
Yeah, Tom Chambers, man. He used to come into Band-Aids back in the it would be 1991. Tom Chambers would walk in, and we had such a small venue there. He'd have to duck to get into the show area, which only seated like 40 people. It was like the size of the studio, pretty much with a stage. It's awesome. A lot of good. There's a name drop, yeah, but he doesn't care. Tom
He
Chambers.
don't care.
He doesn't care. He was a stud. But yeah, a lot of celebs would come in, and they didn't want to be announced. I remember one time, since we're going there, the cast of the Channel 3 news department came in on a nighttime. Can I mention names?
Oh, absolutely. Let it rip.
Tara Hitchcock, Brad, whatever the weatherman at the time, and Terry. Main one was Terry Olette, who's
Brad,
still on
make
TV.
It rain.
This is gonna get you in trouble. Terry Olette, who is still on TV nowadays, doing these like improvement shows and whatnot. They're all up there having a good time at Centerfolds, and at the time, Channel 3 was the place with more stuff. That was their slogan. So I got on the mic because they were sticking out like a sore thumb. They were having a great time. I'm like, "Hey, welcome to Centerfolds, the place with more stuff." And then I talked about the craft queen, Terry Olette, a couple times, and she walks up to my booth and goes, "What's up? Who are you?" I said, "Hi, I'm Bob. I'm a DJ. I'm a big fan of yours. I love all your crafts you do and everything. Yeah, get up there in the VIP lounge. Have a good time." And she did. Of course, there weren't any male dancers, so all the ladies are getting, obviously, strip club dancers. It's great time.
Sometimes everybody just wants to catch some pink eye, Bob.
Yeah.
That's not uncommon. You see a lot of people. I saw teachers that I knew, female teachers. I'm not going to name drop because
You're talking quiet all of a sudden.
I can't really remember. I don't even remember their names, to be honest with you. But I caught a couple teachers in the strip club. Yeah, just people that would, when they look at you and they say, "What are you doing here?"
Well, has anybody in our viewing audience, which is vast and large, have any of you not been to a strip club ever?
I would say most of the people on my viewing audience have been to a strip club.
Playing footsie.
Hey, that board is my side.
I like your Jeezys.
My Jeezys?
Are they Jeezys?
They're Yeezys.
Oh.
With a Y.
My bad.
But yeah, no. I just thought that you would have some outrageous nights.
We don't want to bore the audience with strip club stories. We can do a segment on that.
Move
I
on.
got a would you rather
No.
couple of questions for you, Bernie. I like to put you on the spot, not running over these with you ahead of time.
Okay.
It's real simple. Okay. So let's say that right now you could call anyone up, anyone,
Mm-hmm.
any person at all, not somebody you know, anybody in the world, and do a 1-hour interview with them for the show, who would it be? Anybody. I don't care if it's Putin. Anybody.
I wouldn't
Celebrity?
even care to
One
do
person.
Probably Rogan.
Who?
Joe Rogan. For this?
Never heard of her.
That's why we'll never, ever go anywhere. How do you not know who Joe Rogan is?
Does he shop at my store? Who is Joe Rogan?
Why would I interview somebody who shops at your store?
Well, why don't you interview somebody like...
I let that ship sail a long time ago.
Why wouldn't... all right, I would think I'm going to get Little Kim.
Why?
Not the rapper, the guy from North Korea that runs the country, Kim Jong Kim. Why not? An interview on our show? Ratings through the roof.